Okay, so now we have planned everything out. We have scheduled everything. Now you want to work on populating your shopping list and personalizing your stores and categories. So we're going to go up to this top menu up here and we're going to click on Shop. And that takes us, I'm going to hide this mini planner, that takes us to our shopping list, which is all populated with the date range. So this picked the next 7 days. So what we're really shopping for though is that April 1st, and you can see it starts on Monday because that's what day I selected. So we're really shopping for the 1st through, let's go over here to the 7th. So now save range and it updates my shopping list over here. So I'm going to show you, first we're going to talk about how to create your stores so you know what stores you're shopping at. Okay, so if we go up here where it says Restore List, Category, Stores, we're going to click on Stores first. So right now it just has favorite store listed. When you add an ingredient that has never been added to your list before, Plan to Eat will automatically put it in your favorite store, whatever is highlighted with this heart. So the stores that I shop at, I'll just go ahead and I'll add my stores. So I shop at Ralph's. I'm gonna add that. I shop at Costco, and I shop at Trader Joe's. Those are the 3 main ones. There are occasionally some others. And so you'll see that the favorite store is still highlighted. So anything that I have not previously put in a store, like I always buy eggs at Costco. Eggs will always show up in Costco when I put them there. But if there's something that I've never purchased before, it will show up in whatever store I put my heart icon next to. But the thing is, if I buy most of the stuff at Ralph's, there might be some things that I want to buy at Costco or Trader Joe's, some new things that get added. But if they get placed in Ralph's, I might not necessarily pick up on that and know to move them to another store. So when I add a store, this is going to be I'm going to call it uncategorized. I spell that right, uncategorized. Okay, so I'm going to add. And I'm going to make this my favorite store. So now, every time there's a new ingredient, it's going to get placed in this uncategorized, and then I can move it to the correct stores. So I never miss something or it doesn't go into the wrong store. So I'm going to click Save Changes there. And so see, you can click on the store name, which right now I just have uncategorized because it placed everything in uncategorized. And so if I click on that, I can collapse it. And once I have more stores, and I'll show you, you'll be able to collapse this so you just are viewing one store at a time. Okay, so now we are going to create our categories. And we're going to personalize them and update them. And this is how most people will tell you to organize your shopping list. And this one's hard for me because, you're like frozen foods. There are frozen things in multiple aisles. Dairy, dairy at Costco, like things are in 2 different locations. Like milk isn't in the same refrigerated area as the yogurt and the butter. They're like several aisles apart. So I don't necessarily like doing it this way, as I discussed previously. So what we want to do is we want to go ahead and update these things, and I will show you how to do that. Okay, so what you want to do is take that store map that you created. So you're going to have multiple store maps, And you're just going to go in and you're going to update stuff. So you can add your categories, and you can update existing things like spices. So spices for me are always in, I'm just looking at my map right here. Spices are in aisle 2. So I'm going to put Ralph's. I'm going to do aisle 2, and then I'll just put spices because I will have some other aisle 2 things, but to keep all the spices together in one category, that's where I'm gonna do that. And now too, so my grocery categories don't include, like, it's literally just food. It's not toiletries or anything else. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to delete this stuff just to kind of clear up a lot of this personal care. So I'm going to go through and do that, and then I'm going to come right back. So now you can kind of go through here and, like, so for liquor, if we're buying, I call it just general alcohol, we're going to buy that at Costco. Meat, for us, it kind of depends on what meat, but I actually probably buy a lot of it at Ralph's, just kind of depending. So based on my map, I just have it as Ralph's meat. And so I'm going to, I buy specific things for produce. So some at Ralph's, and then I also buy some at Costco. And so I'll add that. And so basically I would just go through, and these are kind of good triggers for you. Like, okay, the bakery, if we're buying anything, it's going to be at Ralph's probably. Baking for me is Ralph's aisle 2. And I might just put that in parentheses since I already have an aisle 2 for Ralph's down here, which is spices. And I'll explain why I do that. So within these categories, once you add ingredients, there's no way to kind of sort the order within the categories. It's sorted alphabetically. And if I'm standing in front of all of the spices, I want the spices together on my list. So that's why they are listed separately, but I also want aisle 2 set up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through and I'm just going to show you, I'm just going to set up my Ralph's section, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I went in and I updated my Ralph's items based on my shopping list. And there are a couple aisles on my treasure map that I don't buy anything from, so I haven't even listed them in here. I might one day buy them, and that's why I have it listed on my treasure map. But for this, I'm not gonna put it in there because it just gets cluttered. So you'll also see when I named the categories, sometimes I put little triggers. Like aisle 1 is pasta and sauces, barbecue sauces, pasta sauce, ketchup. There's also bread in that aisle. So I just put little triggers. And so now that I have those listed, what I want to do is I want to sort them based on how I walk through the store. So Ralph's is up here. The Ralph's produce is first. Then comes Ralph's dairy. So I move that up. Oops, I move that up there. And then it goes to aisle 8, 7, 6, 5. My next one is aisle 4. Then obviously 3 and 2. See, I have 2 things for aisle 2. Just because I needed those sorted a little bit more within each aisle. That's why I have 2 aisle 2s there. So one is just spices, so I'm not having to look through a whole long list to find all the spices when I'm standing right in front of the one specific area of the aisle. And then aisle 1, and then we go to the Ralph's meat, and then the bakery and deli section. And that is how it's sorted. And you would do the same thing. You'd create your categories for your other stores. I'd go on to Trader Joe's and then on to Costco and sort them the same way. Just sort them how I walk through the store. Okay, so I'm going to finish adding my grocery categories for my Costco and my Trader Joe's. And in the next video, in the next lesson, you are going to see how to then sort the ingredients. See you there.